Let's say hello, though, to our first guest tonight, proms presenter Katie Derham and actors Dyer and Ryan Sampson. Danny, speaking of birthdays, happy birthday for you. It's next week, right?
Wednesday, yeah.
Wednesday, not quite 104.
No, 47. So not one year.
Okay, all right.
It's not to get too excited about it.
Yeah.
You know
Any celebrations planned, though?
I'm going to go Amsterdam.
OK.
So I think the less I say, the better.
Fine.
Very nice. They get that.
Sorry, quite well. He loves the Rijksmuseum.
Rijksmuseum,
That's what it
very
is.
cultural,
Lovely
very good.
cultural.
Cultural, yeah.
Love the
Very
canals,
nice.
you know.
Now, Katie, prom season is back. Huge part of the BBC summer schedule.
Yeah.
It's been on for almost 100 years. You've not been involved that long.
Sometimes feels like it, Anita, I'm not going to lie. But
Why do you love it so much?
well, it's just the best classical music festival, best music festival in the world. 2 months. Every day, at least one concert at the Albert Hall, going around the country as well over the next couple of months. I mean, it's what, 90 concerts, I think, and it's the best musicians in the world, and it's everything from your core classical Beethovens and Berliozes and conductors like Barenboim and Rattle to, well, everything from disco to jazz to Doctor Who to see. I mean, so much to talk about, and it's the first night tonight, so it's the party starts.
Well, there you go, the first night. Sorry. And you mentioned it a second ago, but it isn't just events at the Royal Albert Hall, because that's kind of where we see it a lot, but it is all over the country, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole idea with the proms when it's set up was to bring the best music to the most people for the least money, and it still does that, because you can still go every day to stand for £8, which, I mean, you can't really get a drink in South Kensington for £8, I don't think, so you can go and see some of the best musicians in the world. All right, maybe I don't know the right place.
I'm not hanging out around there.
But, so, you know, you can always go and see these amazing concerts, and the Royal Albert Hall is fantastic. You can hear it on the radio, every note on Radio 3, and you can see a lot on the telly. But it is great to go and see classical music or big orchestras playing live. And so that's why we've started taking it around the country. So we've got a weekend residency in Bristol at the Beacon. We've got a weekend at Nottingham, a residency there, and also at Gateshead at the Glass House.
And some really extraordinary people making their debut, but also you have the Parrot Orchestra as well.
Yeah.
I think we've got a clip of them for me.
They are amazing now. Charles Hazelwood, you can see there in the clip, he's set up the Parrot Orchestra, which is for disabled and non-disabled professional musicians. Huge, virtuosic, massive group. And they do amazing stuff. They do amazing stuff with technology. And anyway, they're going to be doing a brilliant new work at the Bristol Beacon. There's going to be, I mean, extraordinary music taking place there.
Just that footage looks incredible.
Yeah.
So give us some big names and name drop some people who are making their debut.
So we've got the big classical names like Vikingur Olafsson and Stephen Huff, and, I mean, amazing pianist tonight, Ista Canning-Mason. She's playing Clara Schumann piano concerto, fabulous stuff. But we've also got Florence Welsh, Florence and the Machine.
Amazing.
That one sold out really fast.
Yeah,
Sam Smith making their proms debut as well.
Incredible.
And so, again, seeing these contemporary musicians who everybody loves, but doing it with a huge orchestra, I mean, it's going to be really quite special. I think we've got a big Sarah Vaughan night, if you like a bit of jazz, that'll be great.
But what I love as well is that there's such an eclectic mix, notably CBeebies. We've got to talk about it.
God, love
I mean, it's going to be so fantastic for the families, right?
Absolutely. And, I mean, I've presented a few CBeebies proms over the years, and they are epic. I mean, it's a chaos.
Do people dressed as the Teletubbies?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you've got literally the Albert Hall with just loads of toddlers running around, and the equivalent of their rock star gods, you know, who are all the CBeebies presenters. They're just, it's Andy and the dinosaurs or whatever, you know. And they just do this amazing show. They're doing that one down in Bristol, actually.
I've got a vested interest in tomorrow night because it's the first ever disco proms. But actually, what I want to know is, Katie, what are you going to wear?
There might be a little bit of shine and sparkle going on, just a little bit. Maybe the odd platform.
Of course.
I wouldn't want to let you down, Anita.
Sequin flares, please.
Yeah. Might be slightly wasted on the radio audience, but, you know, nonetheless.
No, it's just for me, Katie. And now, earlier this week, Bob Dylan, excitingly, announced that he's going to be performing at the Royal Albert Hall. But he has decided that there's going to be no phones allowed in the concert. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm a fan. Yeah. I find it difficult because it's sort of, we're hardwired now, aren't we, to be looking at it all the time. But I think I am a fan.
But you're on stage, and you, Danny, how would you feel if people... Would you rather they just didn't get the phones out?
I'm someone that likes to live in the moment. I've travelled all around the world, I've not took one photo. I mean, I'm terrible. Terrible.
Not one?
No, I don't. I just don't know why. I don't know why I do it. I sort of live in the moment. So I get the phone thing. He's a throwback, isn't he, Dylan? So he wants it old school. I understand that.
You've got to respect that. How about you, Katie? No phones?
I'm really torn because, like you, I think, you know, to enjoy live music is just a great thing, and to enjoy that with a big audience and just be really in the moment and be present. But at the same time, I don't want to put anybody off coming to a concert. And I know, having gone to so many concerts with my kids, they do. They film the whole thing. You know, here I am. Look me in the 1975 or whatever. You know what I mean? And that's a big part of the enjoyment.
They live it through the phone, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
That's really sad when people are just watching their phone instead of things in front of them.
I know. As I say, I don't want to put anybody off coming, but I did hear a lot of performers saying that they don't want to be put off by all those screens.
Yeah.
So you know,
you've got to respect what the performer wants.
Exactly.
Exactly. Well, the choice is theirs. And the prom season starts tonight on BBC Two and continues tomorrow when Katie's hosting, as we mentioned, a disco special, which you can hear on BBC Radio 3 from 7:30.
In just a moment, Ryan will be telling us how, when it came to casting his comedy co-star for his new sitcom, it was only ever going to be Danny Dyer.
Yeah, now before they tell us all about the very funny Mr. Bigstuff, let's take a look at what we could expect.
Welcome to World of Carpets at Loughton Retail Village. My name's Glenn. How can I be helping you today?
Have you seen this geezer?
I'm going to have to ask you to leave. We said no secrets, and you have a brother. Hiya.
Why are you really here?
I feel like reconnected.
By kidnapping my boss.
Hello, Glenn.
We're going to fight.
What?
Man to man. Because that's what you need.
We don't run from our problems.
A cleaning?
It's a mad old trailer, that, isn't it?
What you've got to know, though, is throughout that entire clip, all I could hear was everyone in the gallery just laughing their heads off.
Great.
We love that.
Nice.
Yeah, we do love it. The show launched a couple of days ago. It's about two estranged brothers reuniting, causing chaos. Why was it always going to be Danny?
Well, me and our Daniel first worked together on Plebs.
Many moons ago.
Many moons, some 13 years ago. And he played a gladiator that got decapitated. It looks lovely in a toga, lovely pins on him.
Thank you very much.
And but I was struck with, he's a terribly good actor. And I sort of got in my head that the funniest thing I can imagine was us as brothers, because I mean, well, in your words, we're a nutty duo.
It's a nutty duo. I mean, it's a ridiculous idea, isn't it, being in brothers?
Yeah. It's like twins.
But it works.
It clearly does work. Was it an easy yes from you, Danny?
Well, I was looking for work, as you always are. So anyway, he sent me it. I read it, and I was like, you really laugh a lot when you're reading something. You usually go, oh, this is quite funny. It'll be funnier when we play it out. But I was laughing so hard, and I was like, sign me up. I'm so in. And I just love the idea of me and him being brothers.
Yeah.
And he took one for the team, because he could have gone, look, listen, I've got this great script, but you're going to have to play Rotherham.
Yeah, set and done.
But he adapted.
I did. I did a whiff of the Cockney accent.
So how was that, doing a Cockney accent in front of Danny Dyer?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Because we did this one scene where we were rehearsing, we were sort of lining up for the scene, and I'm meant to be like chasing him out my house, saying, get out of my house. And he's got his back to me, and I'm going, get out of my house. And he goes, get out of my house. And I went, Get out of my house. Get out of my house. Get out of my house.
There's no H.
House. And honestly, practising your Cockney accent in front of Danny Dyer is like making a cheese sandwich for Gordon Ramsay. it's too much pressure.
Or a masterclass.
Or a masterclass. It was a masterclass, yeah, and I'm very grateful to about that.
Very brave.
There is a moment in this series that is a masterclass from both of you. And Danny, a moment whereby I can't believe when you read the script, you were like, yeah, let's do this. The spoons.
Yeah, we had a bit of anxiety around this, because I was like, how on earth are we going to pull this off? Because Ryan wrote it in a way where he's saying it's a bit Vegas, it's a bit this, it's like they're so in sync.
It's a bit Michael Flatley, Lord of the Dance. I really hammed it up in the stage directions, and when it comes to doing it, you're like, ooh.
And we rehearsed it for a week in a really nice big space, and then we got to the set, and it was a tiny little gaff, and we were like, oh, OK, so we've got to adapt it, but... You know what? You've got to commit to these things.
I like it when you said you had to adapt it. What, it was...
Well, no, we didn't have enough space. Oh, no, it was more flamboyant. It was all sorts
yeah.
And also, the spoons are dangerous. They cut all your fingers open. We had to get a spoon playing specialist in, didn't we?
We did,
I reckon that's iconic. I think people are going to be replicating that around the country.
Were you surprised, though, that Danny was a natural at this? Sorry, Danny, but after...
What, the dancing?
Yeah, no, I mean that is
the
pretty
dancing,
impressive.
I definitely was, because you write it, and then I was like, what if he turns up and he just can't dance at all?
Well, I was thinking the same.
I mean, and then you just let the hips do the movement.
Yeah, no, I just think I think we really took it seriously in the sense of it's a really integral part of the show. It's the first step, but it's almost we're trying to convince his wife that we're brothers because she's not having it.
Yeah.
And so our way of doing it, because of Ryan's brilliant brain, is let's do a dance with spoon playing. And then she will believe us. And she does.
When you put it like that, I mean, it sounds a bit weird, doesn't
So
it?
many
But I mean,
ways
it
of breaking
does,
the
it
news.
works.
Katie, I'm thinking proms,
I know,
2025.
When's the spoon prom going to
Yeah.
happen?
Imagine that. That's a classy affair, that
Do you
proms
still
and all
remember it? Do you still remember the
Don't try and do this.
I was going to say.
I am so tempted to just call and try and get a couple of spoons. I want to see.
No, sadly.
I've eradicated it from my mind.
That's fair enough, yeah. Well, look, Ryan, I mean, you gave Danny quite an incredible gift after filming.
Oh, I did, yeah.
And this is something, I mean, look at that. Please explain.
Yeah, what's
Right.
going on here?
So, so Sky were like, we need to do something, you know, like to commemorate the show coming out and this sort of thing. And I'd been getting a lot of, on my socials, been getting a lot of these rug tufting videos that are out at the moment. And because the
Rug tufting.
Yeah.
rug tufting.
What's that?
You don't
So
know about rug tufting?
algorithms, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's the thing called
Rug
algorithms.
tufting, yes, a thing.
Yes. So because
Hang on, remember it is 7 o'clock on the
No.
Right.
No, so it's
Yes.
all above board, don't worry.
Above board, oh yeah. So it's my character works in a carpet shop, and so as a consequence of that, my algorithm's coming up with a lot of rug tufting, making carpets. Thank you very much. and so I suggested to them, why don't we make a big carpet of his head? And we have, and it's weird because obviously you come up with that and you think that's not really going to happen, though, is it?
And it's so big, this rug. I mean, I wish...
Let's show it one more time, please.
I mean, I wish I had that head of hair.
Let's have a look at
I
that,
will
the rug
say
one
that,
more
you know.
time.
Got a lovely... Look at that, look.
Where is
lovely
it?
thick
Where have you
beard.
put it?
Well, it was put outside by a local boozer, but I do believe they've took it down now.
Yeah.
Just for
yeah.
health and safety reasons.
400 hours of rug tufting work.
400 hours.
It's a work of art.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
I wish I could get it in me gaff.
Wow. Well, look, you can watch all the episodes of Mr. Big Stuff on Sky Max and Now.
Very soon, Vernon will be joining us on the sofa. He'll be telling us how you can get involved with Team GB's Olympic homecoming. And earlier in the week, we had not one, but 2 Olympic legends on the show, Linford Christie and Daley Thompson were.
Yeah. Time now to introduce our next guest, a man who, in another life, probably could have been a long jumper or even a basketball player. It's Vernon Kay. Thank you. I know you're more NFL, but we're trying to think Olympics here.
You're saying you could do anything.
I was all right running at school, but just got bored really quickly. You know what I mean? So
Too fast, if anything.
Concentration level's not the best.
Yeah. What's been your favourite Olympic moment?
I think my favourite Olympic moment is probably one of the most iconic, and I think it's the moment that got me into sport. It was the Los Angeles Olympics. Daley Thompson, there's a lot of pressure of him to succeed in the decathlon, but also the jetpack man who came in on a jetpack and landed in... it's the place where the LA Raiders used to play, the Coliseum. It's quite iconic. That was pretty cool.
There are so many fantastic ones. Katie, what about yourself?
First one, I remember 1980, Alan Wells, 100 metres. I'm looking at you like you remember it.
I won't pretend to know. I will not.
Eddie the Eagle. I love a bit of Eddie the Eagle.
Eddie the Eagle. Yeah. Brilliant.
There's so many. There are so many that just stick with you. Of
course.
If you get a chance to remember them.
And take you back to your childhood as well, like real nostalgic moments in your life. Now, the Olympics hasn't even started, but you're already planning the celebrations, Vernon. So what have you got in store for us?
August the 17th, we're doing a huge homecoming party with the National Lottery. It's going to be absolutely massive, and it's their way of giving back. Because, as you know, lottery funds a lot of our athletes, and it's amazing. And their commitment and dedication to hopefully bring home a medal. This is their kind of reward, you know, where fans of the Olympics, fans of sport can go and celebrate with the athletes that will have taken part in Paris at the Games. And there's loads of music artists coming along as well. Rag and Bone Man, Pete Tong's going to do his thing. Jess Glynn as well, she's going to be there. So it's going to be pretty decent. It's going to be a really good party in Manchester at the AO Arena.
Well, Vernon, if you've got any gaps in your lineup, look no further than the chap.
Spoons?
Danny Dyer.
Well, not just spoons,
he had his own rock star moment last month when he performed with Robbie Williams on stage in Hyde Park.
Yeah,
now, Dan, let's have a listen and then you can tell us how this came about. He's singing Parkland. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I can't believe I've done that. I mean, it's a very surreal moment
How
for
did
me.
that happen?
Well, when Robbie Williams asks you to do that, you got to say yes, didn't you? You know what I mean? So it was It was terrifying because
Seriously?
we didn't really rehearse it a lot, and I did the sound check and I got it all wrong. It was raining, and so I thought, OK, so the next time I do it, it's going to be in front of 65,000 people. How lovely. I just breathed through the... I just thought, you know what, trust the process. Because I was a surprise guest, I didn't know what reaction it was going to get, but actually... I spoke to him today, he might be going on tour, and so I'm going to roll myself right into that. It's only 3 minutes for me. You know what I mean? So, fingers crossed.
Oh, dear.
Well, look... We are coming.
Yeah,
Yes.
You're invited.
Yeah.
Well, look, you know, Danny's moving on stage, but look, let's talk about Let's Move It. Vernon, your Radio 2 campaign. This week, you've been kicking it off. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, it's really simple. We're not asking people to get up and, you know, strap on your running shoes and go and do a 5K or a 10K or even a marathon. It's nothing to do with that. It's basically getting the nation moving. Really simply, let's move. So instead of walking down your drive with your wheelie bin, why not jog down your drive with your wheelie bin or jog back? Do you know what I mean? You get in the car, you go on a 3-minute journey, you go and get some milk. Why not walk to the shop? Just do a little bit, run up the stairs. That's all it is. And I think the reaction that we've had has been huge. Yeah. And it's something so simple that anyone can do. Just get out of breath. Just do a little bit of something every day that'll encourage you, because we know that when your physical health is better, your mental health gets a little bit better as well. Yeah. And it's good for you.
Yeah, dance at any opportunity. Ryan, I can see you nodding. Is this something that you do yourself?
Well, no, actually, I've fallen right off the wagon on that front. I mean, I was just thinking, I used to be ripped, I used to be hench, I used to be Dame Judy Hench. So, to do our show, I thought Glenn's meant to be this weedy guy, so I slimmed right down, right, but then because of the pressures of writing, I developed a crippling addiction to hummus. And so, yes, I mean...
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
You've changed.
Yes, I've changed. Yeah, but I mean, you know, you're meant to get your good fats, but not like a tub a day. So I've now, like, when you watch it back, there's a severe double chin going on. I'm sorry to
so I've got 3 chins.
And then you've created your own playlist as well?
Yeah, we've got our own special playlist. It's really good. It's all available on BBC Sounds. I've got dance sounds of the 90s. Dermot's got his indie 90s. DJ Spoonie's done one as well. Michelle Visage has done one. Ryland's done one. Ibiza, where he goes off to the White Isle and enjoys himself musically. So it's really good. It's really, really good. It's a little bit of encouragement in those playlists as well to put on whilst you're doing your little bit of something.
It's a brilliant initiative. It's
fantastic.
Great to get people moving.
Encouragement in there. One of the songs listed as "Put the hummus down." To find out how to enter.
It's a lot of carrot sticks. Balance it out. Yeah, got a bit of fibre.
Well, to find out how to enter the ballot to win tickets for the Olympic homecoming celebrations, head to our website. But don't worry if you can't get tickets. You'll be able to watch it on BBC One and iPlayer on the 18th of August, and you can listen to Vernon's Radio 2 show weekdays at 9:30.
That's all we have time for tonight. Thanks so much to our amazing guests, Vernon, Danny, Ryan and Katie.
Yeah, big week next week.
Download Mr. Bigstuff.
The countdown to the Olympics is on, but we'll be meeting some of our incredible athletes. Plus, we'll have an exclusive look behind the scenes at Team GB's Performance Lodge in Paris. Have a fantastic weekend. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you so much.